back to Very Biased Opinions coverage of the League One season. As always, we are a week ahead of time with these predictions because there are so many games coming out as we have to record them early. So everything is a week in delay. Ian, can you tell the folks at home how we did last week very quickly?
I've lost track of all time or sense of meaning in the world. But if you're going off the results that happened at the weekend, there was obviously a reduced fixture list with 2 games not being played, but we ended up with a 6-all draw, Thomas. So that means that this week we're looking at round 10 is double points for whoever is the victor.
Always call out double points and then win the round. You never win when it's single points, and then you win these. Enough of this. All right. Anyway, if you guys only want to hear about one game, please have a look below. It's timestamped and it's in the chapters feature. But marinate, enjoy the whole thing because we are gonna do this quick because it's like 3 weeks now where we're a match behind, and what we're saying almost doesn't matter at times. So please watch it, like, subscribe to the channel, click on our Amazon affiliate links if you're in the UK, and please keep showing us that love because we do love these videos. It is just getting hard when you're always a week behind the actual results. Ian, lead me into the opening fixture of round 10.
It's a little bit of a spicy derby in these parts of the world, Thomas. It is Doncaster Rovers or Bells versus top of the table, Lincoln City.
Ian, has anyone ever said anything as spicy about Doncaster versus Lincoln?
It is the home of culture and spice in Europe, I believe.
Fantastic point, Ian. Thank you very much for informing me of that.
Silk Road, I think, goes between Doncaster and Lincoln.
Indeed. The ancient Chinese built it specifically for that one purpose. But look, let's get past the silliness. Doncaster lost 2-1 to Crewe. Lincoln beat Ipswich 1-0 on this weekend. What?
Silliness?
Sorry, let's get past this factual journey and get on with the previous football played 2 weeks ago when Doncaster lost to Crewe 2-1 and Lincoln beat Ipswich 1-0. Like you said, Lincoln are top of the table. They're playing a really great brand of football and beating Ipswich was fantastic for them. Doncaster losing to Crewe was unforgivable. This Doncaster team is beginning to revert back to its ways. Win one, lose one, win
Just
one, lose.
Just going to say, fabulous free kick for Crewe's winner. Was a cracker. Well worth a winner on that one. But yeah, just Doncaster in it all over. Win a game against Pompey, lose a game to bloody Crewe.
This is last season all over again. This is the exact way they started last season. They were like near the playoffs, and then I spent like 12 weeks predicting them to win, and every week they're like, nah, mate. So, prediction time, Ian.
Well, much like the ancient Lincolnites, Thomas went up to Doncaster with their Trojan horse and hid outside the stadium, only to be invited in so they could sack the city. Much will be like this time round. Lincoln 2, Doncaster 0.
I am going 2-1 to Lincoln City.
Wow, surprising. Swindon Town versus Hull City.
Ian, is this game even going to get played?
I don't know, do I? What am I, a bloody gynecologist?
Last time we did this video, I baited you on every single thing. This week, you're not biting at anything. Should Swindon be banned from the league?
Thomas, I know. This is the childish thing I've ever done. You are the master baiter, that is for sure. But no, even if this game is played, Swindon aren't going to get anything. Swindon will hope this game is not played, just so they can, weasel out of another fixture like they did against Oxford. Weaseled and schemed their way out of the... But if this game is played, Hull City will win it. Hull City will win it 3-1.
I am going to go 3-0. Also, really quickly, Hull lost 2-1 to Peterborough. There's literally no shame in that. Peterborough are the best team in the league. They are now second top. But they're having a fantastic year. We backed them to have a fantastic year, so well done us. Leading into the next game.
Focus. He starts talking about Peterborough. Portsmouth versus
Charlton. Portsmouth won, Ian, and I am in shock. I don't really know how to deal with it. They beat my beloved Sunderland 3-1. Who I've been backing.
Credit's due. That cracking win. That is a fantastic victory. And if you look at their stats now, that is like 4 wins out of the last 5 games. And so all of a sudden they look like they look like they've hit a great bit of form.
I'm furious. I hate it. I never wanted this to happen. I was enjoying their failure. They're now in 5th. I don't even know how to deal with this anymore, Ian. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to push. I don't want to do it.
Well, it's all likely as well that Portsmouth will have got another win on the belt because they are playing Northampton midweek, so you'd back them to win that at Fratton Park. Charlton, though, Thomas, they are a 3-game winning streak going into these midweek fixtures. They're playing Oxford. What is possibly going to be left of them when they go down to Fratton Park at the weekend? It's going to be on the floor. Lee Bowes going to have to pick his players up off the floor.
Portsmouth to win 2-1.
Portsmouth to win 2-0.
Burton Albion versus Blackpool.
Well, usually Tom starts this by saying mediocrity incarnate, but he seems to have gone off his usual tag. Two sides not doing that well down the bottom of the league, although Blackpool did get a very important win in their last game out, or their game at the weekend. Burton obviously got a draw, but they are struggling. They've only won one game all season. This one's going to be tight, isn't it? What do you reckon?
It's tough because, Burton even getting a point at this point is a successful thing. They really outpossessed Wimbledon. They had a bunch of shots. They just could not score in that game. I'm just going to revert to what I always do. I'm going to revert to thinking Blackpool are a good side, and I'm going to have them win this game 1-0.
I think it'll be another draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Ipswich Town versus Alexandra's Crewe. Why would you put Crewe Alexandra when it's clearly Alexandra's Crewe?
I just like to do things backwards, don't I? It's Ipswich, Thomas. The bubble has burst. It's 2 defeats in a row going into their game against Gillingham on Tuesday night. So is it reminiscent of last season? Have they peaked too early and are they going to start sliding down the table? We will see. This is the game they'll expect to win, but Crewe cannot be taken lightly.
No, Crewe had a really good win over Doncaster. Like you said, there's a good free kick in that for the winner. This is really tough to call because I don't want to call an Ipswich loss, but I don't know whether it's a draw or a win for them. So 3-1 Ipswich.
I'm going to go 2-1 Ipswich. I think they'll just nudge it. Nudge. What a game. Massive game. The Milton Keynes Dons versus Athletic Football Club Wimbledon.
Tell me if you've heard this story before. Milton Keynes Dons have dominated a football match and lost.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's stunning how it's happened. I mean, the manager must be pulling his hair out at this point.
I mean, I don't get it. I don't know how it's going, but I think that they're going to be too strong for Wimbledon. They're going to be too strong. This game's
going to have a lot of needle and edge in it. Even without fans, it's going to have a lot of needle and edge in it.
Why? However, why is it going to have needle and edge in it?
Well, let me take you back a few years ago, Thomas, where the brave souls of Milton Keynes finally got away from their evil London overlords and went up to the city of the concrete cows to form a new home. Finally, it was almost reminiscent of like Moses freeing the slaves, really. And exactly. And come on, Milton Keynes have got to win a game eventually, haven't they? 2-1 win to Milton Keynes.
I actually think now I'm doing that weird cognitive thing where once you've decided something, you just keep doubling down on it over and over again. No matter what I see to tell me otherwise, I'm like, Milton Keynes are going to win a game. They're going to score a goal.
Yeah, definition of insanity, isn't it?
Gillingham versus Sunderland.
Gillingham have got a tough game at the weekend because they're away to Ipswich, and that could be their 4th defeat in a row. So going from looking really tidy and well organised against Oxford, they've hit a really poor run of form now. This isn't a game they'll want to play because they'll be playing against a snarling and angry Sunderland side that need to get back to winning ways because they weren't just beaten by Pompey, they were well beaten by Pompey.
They were humiliated by Pompey. That was after all their good play, after everything they've done this season, to lose by that scoreline to a team that is almost their rival in this league based on the size of both these clubs. Yeah. I
mean, it's the first defeat of the season, so you can't get too hard on them.
No.
You talked about how you are going to lose games, but it was just more the manner of the defeat, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think they're going to come out. They're going to come out firing, and I know they don't score many, so I'll go with 2-0 to the Black Cats.
Yeah, Charlie White seems to score in every game for Sunderland these days. I think that sounds like a sensible scoreline, Tom, and I'm going to match it. 2-0 to the Rokerites.
Rochdale versus Bristol Rovers.
Well, Thomas, a side that we need to give heartfelt apologies to is my beloved AFC Rochdale. They have had a great week. 2 wins in a row, win on Tuesday, win on Saturday, propels them up into the relative safety of 15th place going before, obviously, they play on Tuesday night. And things look a lot more rosy in the Rochdale camp. They'll probably be expecting to beat the Gas.
Yeah, I mean, Rochdale are back to being a mid-table side, which is, really good for them. And Bristol Rovers are the absolute car wreck that they always are every year. So let's predict a Rochdale win, because it'll be fun. And let's go 2-1 to Rochdale.
It's so hard. The Rovers are in good form themselves. Let's not kid it. They haven't lost in about 4 or 5 games now. And they seem to be doing a lot better on the road, which is unusual for them as well. I see this one being a point apiece. I'm going for a 2-2. Desmond.
Oh, old Desmond. I don't think I'm going to predict a draw in this round at all. Because it's Accrington Stanley versus the Green Army.
I'm sure you're going to... Oh, I've heard you talk about in this one, Tom. You love both of these sides. You better...
I am honestly having a very hard time.
You better pick a winner.
Well, it's tough, right? Because Accrington didn't play. And Plymouth Argyle got a 1-1 draw against Wigan, which, I think we count as a reasonable result. Wigan have turned up this year. But I don't know how you can ever back against Stanley because he's just such a good footballer. So I'm gonna back Stanley to win this one, and I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be 3-2.
Yeah, I mean both of them are pretty much next to each other in the league on the same amount of points, with Accrington just playing a game less. And yeah, Accrington, both of them overachieving. You'd probably say Accrington overachieving more than Plymouth. And I can't go for it. Yeah, Aki will win. I think they will. I think they'll even go... I don't even think they'll concede that second. 3-1 Accrington Stanley.
Wigan Athletic versus Northampton Town.
Talked about 2 sides that are on good form. There's 2 sides that are not in good form at all. I think it's like 3 or 4 games without a win for both of these sides. So both of them, I mean, you'd probably say... Although that 1 win for Northampton was against Swindon, you would say, I think Wigan will be looking at this one as a good chance to get 3 points on the board, and I think they will. I don't think it'll be pretty, but I think they'll win 1-0.
Yeah, I'm going the opposite. I think my boys from Northampton, so keep talking about how hard they play, are going to go battling to Wigan. They're going to have a punch-up, and they're going to come out with a black eye, but they're going to have won 1-0.
If you want shoes made, there's no better place to go. Or repaired.
Ooh, the Cobblers. Peterborough United versus Shrewsbury Town.
Well, this is a juxtaposition of 2 football clubs with different philosophies, isn't it?
Best attacking side in League One. Worst side in League One.
Worst side in League One.
Alright, that's a little bit harsh. They're one of the ugliest playing sides in League One. They're almost being relegated.
They have conceded the fewest goals.
Yeah, because all they do is put 11 men in front of the goal, and then they park a bus in front of it, and then they cement up the corners, and then all the men get on the bus, and they just build a wall.
Well, let's ugly. Let's put some things in perspective, right? Let's say Peterborough have scored 12 goals, and Shrewsbury have scored 5. Yep.
Shrewsbury conceded 7, Peterborough have conceded 6.
Yeah,
it's 3-0 to Peterborough. That's the scoreline.
Yes,
take it now.
And a wonderful winning run they're on as well. Could even be up to 7. This could be the 7th win in a row, I think, for Peterborough, and they're going to get it, aren't they? 2-0, Posh. Oh, Thomas, there comes a time in a season where it's a David and Goliath type situation. And for once, Goliath needs to step up to the plate and beat David. That's right, folks. It's time for the main event.
Fleetwood Town versus the Yellows, Oxford United. Ian, before you speak and before you do anything, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
I know. Don't worry about it. I've been dreading this game.
It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Yeah, we never beat them. We never have beaten them. We have a shocking record against Fleetwood Town. I think 2 draws is the best we've ever mustered against them, and I'm going to have to back them because they're my boys. But I mean, Oxford didn't play. They didn't play against Swindon. It's very disappointing that derby was called off. Hopefully, they've got something against Charlton Athletic on Tuesday night. But it's going to be a tough game, Thomas. You need to do some filler here while I scratch my head.
Well, as we all know, I hate Joey Barton. His band of reprobates are fine, but I hate Joey Barton. Oxford, the postponed matches, we talked a lot about the fact that they kind of actually need to get some games played. Fleetwood beat Gillingham 2-0 away from home. They seem to have gotten back into form. But I'm going to be honest. I know Oxford United have never beat Fleetwood. I know they've never beat Fleetwood. I'm aware of this statistic, but I would not be wearing this shirt if I thought they would lose this game. I would have changed into my Man United top with Zlatan on the back, and I'd happily be sat there just enjoying not being in League One. But I'm backing Oxford to finally throw the monkey off their back, because if there's anything this season's going to do, it's going to throw the rule book out. We come into the season, we think Oxford are fantastic, and they fall apart. This is where the rot truly ends. A fantastic, stirring, hard-fought victory for the Yellows. They are going to go to Fleetwood, and they're going to beat them 2-1.
Thomas, you clearly haven't done any research. Do you know Oxford have never beaten Fleetwood?
Oh, I know.
You don't know. You clearly don't know. You didn't even mention it. They've never beaten Fleetwood Town.
I did. The whole beginning of it.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're a fool. You're a madman. The only reason I'm backing Oxford is because they are the greatest side in Oxfordshire. It is going to be Fleetwood Town 2, Oxford United 5.
You know, the best part is that on Skype, I can't even see your hand. It doesn't exist.
Probably no one can as well. There we are.
You've completely disappeared. You've completely disappeared. There is no you anymore. There is just a background.
That is the universe imploding at my score.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this insane madman and I do these predictions. We really appreciate the fact you guys are still watching these videos. We know it's tough. We know that us having to record them a little bit early is hard. So thank you all for watching, subscribing, for liking, for Ian moving his hand every now and then. Please have a look in the top corner. We do put cards in of previous predictions and our Oxford United reaction videos. And of course, please stay to the end because our end screen has a couple really good videos on it that we'd love you to click on. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. And we will see you next week. Ian's having a stroke. Someone get the medics and Ian's having a stroke.